What if I told you that right now, something divine is being released for you? Something you've been waiting for all your life? You may have prayed, hoped, sometimes doubted, and yet, what you think is silence is not forgetting. The silence hides the answer your heart is crying out for, the miracle you've been waiting for. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover could change the way you see your life today and reveal that your miracle is already here, right in front of you. Imagine a heart, so tired that even its own beats seem heavy, as if each pulse bore the weight of your trials. This heart has asked, again and again, in the silence of your nights, in the whispers of your prayers, in the sighs no one heard. It has reached out to the sky, seeking an answer, but sometimes all it has received is emptiness. And that emptiness, it burns. It burns like the lack of appreciation, like the pain of shattered expectations, like the weight of dreams you thought you had achieved and now have crumbled. Every night, you stand there, alone with your heart, gazing at the stars, hoping for a sign, a breath, a shiver that will tell you, you have not been forgotten. Days pass, and human promises fall like dead leaves scattered by the wind. Friends disappoint you, opportunities slip through your fingers, and sometimes the world seems to turn its back on you. But where everything collapses, where the doors you thought were open suddenly close, something invisible unfolds. Allah. He moves mountains in silence. He opens paths in labyrinths we believe have no exit. And most often, these movements make no noise. There is no spectacular brilliance, no blinding light in the sky, no trumpets announcing what is coming. Number. His action slips into the invisible, where your human gaze cannot perceive. And yet, every breath you take, every beat of your heart, every tear that rolls down your cheek, all of this resonates with his preparation. Perhaps you don't see it yet. Perhaps you wonder if your ordeal is a divine oversight. But every moment of silence, every trial you go through, every seemingly endless wait, all of this is a sign. Allah does not close the door on you to punish you. He closes it so that you understand that He is the only one capable of opening what no one can unlock. And in that darkness you feel, in that loneliness you believe is insurmountable, that's where miracles begin. Often in secret, in the shadows, where no one is watching, where the eyes of the world cannot see you, but where Allah acts with all the power of His mercy. Imagine for a moment that every pain you carry is like a small fireplace. Every disappointment, every loss, every failure, every moment when you felt invisible. These are invisible flames, burning and purifying your soul. They are not there to destroy you, but to prepare you. Allah will never give you a premature miracle. He waits until your heart is ready, your mind is prepared, your soul is ready to receive what neither the world nor man can offer. And this process may be long, but it is perfect. For the miracle you're waiting for. It won't happen until you're able to recognize it and hold it with you in peace and gratitude. Look around you, and yet you see nothing. But in the invisible, in the depths of your heart, the seeds are being planted. Every silent prayer, every stifled sigh, every moment when you felt helpless. All of this is like water seeping into the dry soil of your soul. And soon, one day you don't expect, those seeds will grow, bloom, and a miracle will emerge. Not as you imagined, perhaps not as you wanted, but exactly as you needed it. And this miracle often begins in the dark, where no one is looking, where you feel alone against the world, where despair could engulf you. But that's precisely where the invisible light of Allah begins to work. It's not a light that strikes your eyes. It's a light that touches your heart.
A light that shows you that every step you've taken, every night you've prayed in silence, every tear shed in secret, has never been lost. Everything has been recorded. Everything has been seen. Everything has been heard. And even if today you doubt, even if today you feel nothing, even if today you ask yourself, why me? Know that this doubt and this pain are themselves messages. They are not there to distance you from Allah, but to bring you closer, so that you may understand that He is the only master of time and destiny, that nothing happens before the perfect moment He has chosen, that your miracle, the one you've been waiting for and no longer dare to hope for, is already in motion, silent, invisible, but inevitable. So in this darkness, close your eyes for a moment and listen. Listen to the silence. Listen to your heart. Listen to the subtle breath of the soul. For it is there that you will hear the first spark of the miracle that is approaching. And this is only the beginning.
Have you ever felt that silent force pushing you forward, even when everything seems to be falling apart around you? That push that whispers, don't worry, what's yours will come at the perfect time. But that you sometimes refuse to hear because the world is screaming otherwise. Listen carefully. Allah is releasing something for you, here and now. These aren't just answers to your prayers, nor immediate solutions to your problems. This is a profound, invisible transformation that will touch your heart before it touches your reality. Sometimes we pray for things we think we want, but Allah knows exactly what we need. And what your soul needs right now is to prepare itself to receive what will truly heal it. Look at your life. How many times have you thought you had lost everything? How many times have you believed your dreams were over? These moments of loss, frustration, loneliness, they're not punishments. They're signs, silent indications that your destiny is being reshaped. And the beauty of it is that you don't see it yet. What you feel like an end is actually a hidden beginning. Your miracle may already be about to enter your life, but it won't always knock on the door the way you imagine. Sometimes it slips into your daily life in a form you hadn't anticipated. Perhaps an unexpected event will reverse the trajectory of your failures. Perhaps a person you didn't suspect will be the instrument of your blessing. Perhaps an inner revelation will transform your heart, and it is there, in this inner change, that the miracle truly begins. You must understand this. Patience is not just waiting. Patience is keeping your heart open despite the pain, keeping your soul ready despite the silence, keeping your faith intact when the world tells you it's impossible. Every moment you choose to remain faithful. Every moment you continue to ask and hope. Every moment you refuse to give in to despair. All of this builds the foundation on which your miracle will grow. Sometimes that miracle comes in the form of relief. Sometimes it comes in the form of guidance. Sometimes it comes in the form of a blessing you never dared to ask for. And when it does, it's so powerful that it illuminates even the darkest corners of your past, healing what you thought was irreparably broken. So when you feel weak, alone, and misunderstood, remember that this weakness is exactly what allows Allah to send down something greater than you, something purer, something you could never have created on your own. You are about to realize that everything you went through was necessary, that every tear, every disappointment, every lonely night was all part of the process, and that this process has prepared you to receive your miracle exactly as Allah intended. Your heart must be ready. Your mind must be ready. Your soul must be ready. And if you stay attentive, if you keep seeking, if you keep asking with sincerity and humility, then you will begin to feel, just at the surface of your being, that invisible movement. That movement that only your heart can perceive. That breath of light that the world cannot yet see, but that your soul instinctively recognizes. And this is only the beginning.
For what you are about to discover is not a simple change in your life. It is a revelation, an awakening of your soul that will prepare you to receive something so profound, so pure, so perfectly orchestrated by Allah that you will know, without a doubt, that it was meant for you all along.
What if Allah's silence wasn't a rejection?
What if this emptiness you've been feeling for weeks, months, sometimes even years, wasn't an absence, but a subtle presence, a divine way of teaching you, preparing you, purifying you? Have you ever considered that every moment of delay you experience could be exactly what you need to become the person capable of receiving what awaits you? How many times have you begged, hoped, cried out in the secret of your heart and seen nothing happen? Only silence? And yet, the silence isn't empty. It's full. Full of invisible signals, subtle guidance, lessons that only your soul can understand. What if every trial you're going through now was a coded message? A kind of spiritual training prepared especially for you? Every disappointment, every loss, every situation that knocks you down and forces you to get back up. These are indications, clues of what Allah wants to show you. But can you see them if you're blinded by frustration or impatience? Can you recognize these hidden blessings if you refuse to believe that every difficulty has meaning, purpose, or direction? You say you want your miracle. But are you ready to be transformed by that miracle? For sometimes, Allah doesn't give you what you want. He doesn't offer you what you imagine or what your limited mind craves. He gives you what your soul needed to become. And therein lies the deepest mystery. Your miracle isn't just an external event. It's a process of inner transformation. It's a silent reshaping of your heart, your mind, your being, so that when the miracle arrives, you can receive it fully, without being overwhelmed, without losing yourself in fear or misunderstanding. Have you ever looked back at your past failures and realized that they were preparing you for today? Every mistake, every decision you regret, every moment when you thought all was lost. These moments are not accidents. They are invisible sculptors, patiently working on you. And the miracle that is coming, the one you desperately wait, can only manifest if you are ready, if you have been polished and shaped by life itself, under the invisible guidance of the one who knows everything better than you. What if the delay of your miracle were not a punishment but a hidden gift? What if you could see, in the present moment, that everything you endure serves to make this miracle purer, more perfect, more lasting? Often, we look at time through our limited, impatient eyes, and we forget that Allah's time is never the time of our desires. It is always more precise, more just, and above all, perfectly suited to your unique path. Are you ready to accept that what awaits you may exceed your expectations, but in a form you had not imagined? Because the miracle isn't always spectacular. Sometimes it slips into subtlety. Sometimes it touches your soul before it touches your life. Sometimes it begins with understanding, with inner peace, with the release of what you thought you had to control. And it's only after this inner transformation that the visible follows the invisible. Have you ever felt that thrill in your heart? That feeling that something is brewing, but you can't yet put a name to it? That thrill is a sign, a gentle but powerful reminder. Your miracle is on its way. But before you can see it, your heart must be ready to welcome it. Before you can touch it, your soul must be ready to be guided. Before you can understand it, your mind must be ready to receive that which surpasses human logic. What if every question you ask yourself about your destiny, every moment of self-doubt, every worry about the future, what if all of this was exactly what you needed to grow, to prepare you for the blessing to come? It's no coincidence that you're watching this video now. It's no coincidence that your heart has been troubled, your thoughts have been agitated, your soul has been searching for an answer. Allah speaks to your heart in ways you can't see with your eyes. And if you listen carefully, you can hear the voice of your miracle even before it knocks on your door. But now, one question remains. Are you truly ready to accept what Allah has in store for you? Are you ready to let go of what you thought was necessary in order to receive what you truly need? Are you ready to accept that the miracle may not be what you imagine, but exactly what your soul craves? And that's when everything begins to change. There are blessings that fall like rain, but not just any rain. A gentle, subtle rain that begins by brushing against your skin, slowly penetrates the dry recesses of your heart, and eventually fills every crevice of your soul. You cannot force it. You cannot hasten its arrival. You can only stretch out your hands, open your heart, and remain patient, for it falls at the rhythm Allah has chosen. And that rhythm, even if it seems slow, is perfect. Even when you think the sky is empty, the silence is eternal, the rain will never come. There is something brewing in the invisible. Perhaps you have endured the longest droughts. Perhaps you thought your heart would break in the crushing heat of waiting. Perhaps you have prayed again and again, implored in the secret of your soul, and felt nothing, only emptiness. But this emptiness was not an absence. It was a space Allah created so that your gratitude, your wonder, and your discernment would be ready to receive what is coming. Every moment of drought is not forgetfulness. Every moment you thought your prayers would never be answered is preparation. Look at the nature around you. The desert awaits the storm. The cracked earth awaits the first drop. And when the rain finally falls, it transforms everything. It revives dead flowers. It breathes new life into dried-up rivers. It brightens the skies and refreshes souls. And your soul, my brother, my sister, is like this desert. It has been prepared for the coming rain. Perhaps you thought all was lost, that your hopes had evaporated, but Allah has never forgotten you. He has only placed you in waiting, in silence, in solitude, so that you would be able to recognize the value of the blessing when it finally falls. And this blessing, when it arrives, often doesn't resemble what you had imagined. It doesn't strike with a crash. It doesn't shout its existence. Sometimes it begins with a soft whisper, a shiver in your heart, a sudden understanding, an unexpected encounter, a discreet sign that only those who have waited with patience and humility can perceive. These are the subtle signs that announce the storm, that prepare your mind and soul to receive what you never thought possible. You may have felt the pain of the desert. You may have felt the thirst that seems unbearable. You may have been tempted to give up, to believe that the sky was closed, that your prayers had been forgotten. But this moment of struggle is not in vain. Every tear, every sigh, every moment you resisted impatience, all of this prepares the earth of your heart to absorb the rain. And when the blessing arrives, you realize that Allah has guided you carefully, protected you from the waters that weren't yet ready for you, and waited for the exact moment to send you what would revive you. Now imagine this rain falling on you. You feel it first on your face like a gentle caress. Then it penetrates deeper, touching your painful memories, your regrets, your fears. It slowly washes away the dust of your trials, and in this silent cleansing, it makes you stronger, purer, more capable of receiving even more. This rain is your miracle. Not a miracle that erases everything instantly, but a miracle that transforms from within, a miracle that repairs what you thought was irreparable, a miracle that awakens your soul to what it has always sought. And above all, Don't think this rain will come tomorrow or in the distant future. It is here, now. The signs are everywhere, if only you take the time to feel them. The gentle breeze caressing your face, someone's unexpected smile, the sudden understanding of a truth you've never perceived. All of this is the rain beginning to fall, quietly but powerfully. Everything is orchestrated with divine precision, and you are exactly where you need to be to receive it. So raise your hands, open your heart, and prepare yourself. Because this desert you are crossing is not a curse but a preparation. And the rain that is coming, oh, the rain that is coming will touch every corner of your soul and remind you that your Lord has never ceased to see you, to protect you, and to prepare the miracle you have always awaited. And even now, as you listen to these words, something begins to shift in the invisible. Something that will only require an attentive heart to recognize. This moment, this precise moment, is no coincidence. Nothing in your life happens by chance. If you're watching this video now, if these words touch your heart, if your spirit trembles in spite of yourself, it's because Allah wanted you to hear this. Yes, exactly now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, now. For He is not finished with you. He has never stopped working in the invisible to prepare your soul for something greater than anything you can imagine. Everything you've been through, every failure, every disappointment, every moment you felt lost and abandoned. It wasn't meant to break you. It wasn't meant to distance you from Him. On the contrary, all of this was there to refine you, to purify your heart, to elevate you. Every tear shed, every trembling breath in solitude, every silent prayer in the secret of your soul, all of this served to sculpt a version of yourself ready to welcome what you've always waited for. Look around you, feel it in your heart. The chains that held you back, they're beginning to fall. Slowly, surely, they're breaking, and you don't even realize it. The walls you thought were impassable, they're beginning to crumble stone by stone, under the invisible power of His mercy. And it's not you running toward your miracle, number. It's your miracle running toward you. Every patient step you've taken, every silent effort, every struggle against yourself, all of this is drawing that miracle toward you, as if the universe itself were in motion, orchestrated by the one who knows your destiny better than you do. You may have believed you had to do everything alone. You may have believed you had to force open doors, create opportunities, control every detail. But what you must understand is this. A miracle is not won by human strength. It happens when your heart is ready. It comes when your mind is ready. It comes when your soul is ready. And the beauty of it is that what you receive is beyond anything you could have imagined. Because Allah knows your needs even before you articulate them in your heart. And this miracle, it isn't always spectacular on the outside. It doesn't always manifest itself in visible events, in money, in recognition, or in immediate success. Sometimes it begins within you, a sudden peace, a confidence you've never felt before, a courage that arises where you thought you were weak. And this inner transformation is the true power of the miracle. It sets the stage for everything that follows. Because a miracle that touches your soul lasts forever. It doesn't fade away with time. It transforms you, guides you, strengthens you, and makes everything you're going through now understandable in light of what's happening. Do you remember all those nights when you cried out silently? When you thought no one heard you, no one saw your effort and your pain? Those nights weren't wasted. They were the invisible foundations of this miracle. Every plea, every sigh, every silent gesture of faith. All of this draws to you what you've long awaited. It's as if the world is preparing, slowly but surely, to deliver to you what was promised to you before you were even born. And there's more. This miracle that's coming, it won't just come to change your life. It will come to change the person you are, to reveal the greatness you've always carried within. It will elevate you beyond the limitations you thought were irreversible. It will dispel the shadows that have haunted you for so long. He will remind you that you have never been alone, that nothing has ever been forgotten, and that every moment, every trial, every disappointment was part of a perfect plan, orchestrated by the one who sees what your eyes cannot see and hears what your heart cannot hear. So listen carefully to this. It is not you chasing your miracle. It is your miracle coming toward you. It is approaching with every breath you take, with every beat of your heart. And even if you don't see it yet, even if everything in your outward life seems unchanged, the signs are there. In the small moments, in the coincidences you cannot explain, in that deep feeling that something great is about to happen. All of this is your miracle approaching. And what you must understand now is that this moment you are living, and this precise moment, this thrill in your soul, this awareness that is now passing through you, is not a coincidence. It is a divine preparation, a light that guides you to the miracle that awaits you, that reminds you that even when you thought you were alone, Allah never stopped working for you. Take a good look around you. Yes, take a moment and observe everything around you. Perhaps nothing seems to have changed at first glance. The walls of your life, the routines, the faces you see every day. Everything seems frozen, immutable, as if time itself has stopped. But if you look deeper, if you listen with your heart and not with your eyes, you will realize that something has shifted in the invisible. Something has begun to move, gently, subtly, but with a silent power that even the outside world cannot perceive. A door you thought was forever closed is unlocking. And you don't hear it yet, but the invisible mechanism is activated. Perhaps you believed this opportunity, this answer, this deliverance was lost forever. Perhaps you thought your prayers, your hopes, and your dreams had been forgotten, swept away by time, or that your efforts were in vain. But Allah works in secret, and in this secrecy, a transformation occurs. What you thought was unattainable, what you thought was out of reach, begins to become possible. Feel it in your heart. Even if you don't yet see any tangible results, this subtle energy, this vibration in your soul, is proof that the guidance is there. Every breath you take, every beat of your heart, every silent whisper you offer in prayer, everything has been recorded. Everything has been taken into account. Everything you have been through has been prepared for this precise moment. The trials, the disappointments, the lonely nights, and the tears you thought were invisible. They have laid the fertile ground for what will blossom now. A prayer you thought was lost has found its moment. A promise you thought was far away is about to manifest. And this manifestation will not always come with fanfare or noise. Sometimes it first reveals itself in your heart, in a feeling you can't explain, in a sudden calm after endless storms. It's a subtle whisper that says, I am here. I've never stopped hearing you. Your miracle is already happening. It's easy to doubt. It's easy to look around and think nothing is changing. But it's precisely in this apparent silence that the miracle is brewing. Stars move across the sky without us being able to see their exact path. Rivers flow beneath the ice, invisible to our eyes, yet they follow their path, inexorable. And your miracle, it flows in the same way, in secret, in subtlety, until the perfect moment when all will be clear. Allah is releasing what He has always had in store for you. And this is not an abstract promise, nor a distant hope. This is not a prayer you must wait for indefinitely. It is a direct call to your heart. If your heart is attentive, if your soul is ready to receive, you will feel the change even before it manifests in the outside world. Every sign you've ignored, every inexplicable sensation that has crossed your heart. All of these converge to create the exact moment when your miracle becomes tangible. Imagine for a moment feeling that thrill, that energy, that silent certainty that something extraordinary is about to happen. It's like the first ray of sunlight after the longest night, or like the cool breeze waking your sleeping soul. Your miracle is near, but it demands that you pay attention, that you acknowledge it, that you sense it even before it fully manifests. And now, listen to this truth with the full depths of your being. Your miracle is here. Not tomorrow, not later, not in a future you cannot control. Here, now. And although you may not yet see it with your physical eyes, it is active in secret. It is alive in your soul. And it is preparing to illuminate every aspect of your life that has been clouded by doubt, pain, or expectation. Your miracle is not just an external event. It is an inner awakening. It is a resonance of your soul with Allah's perfect plan. It will touch your thoughts, purify your intentions, heal old wounds, and awaken the strength you no longer thought you possessed. It arrives with divine precision, a timing you cannot fully comprehend, but your heart instinctively recognizes. And it's not over. This moment you are experiencing, this moment when you begin to feel the thrill of this miracle, is only the beginning. It is only the first spark. For what you are about to discover, what your soul will begin to perceive, is an invisible movement, a perfect orchestration that will change everything you thought immutable in your life. Look around you, listen with your heart, feel with your soul. For what happens is not a possibility. What happens is a certainty. What happens has been reserved for you since eternity. And it is simply waiting for you to be ready to acknowledge it. Your miracle is here, now. And even if you can't yet fully see it, it is already touching you. It is alive in your heart. It is working in the invisible. And what you are about to discover will transform the way you perceive your life, your destiny, and the presence of Allah in every breath you take. If this message has touched your heart, don't let this moment pass without taking action. Take a moment to reflect on what you truly want from Allah, open your heart, and prepare to welcome the miracle that is already underway. And most importantly, share this video with someone who needs to hear this confirmation today. Remember, your miracle is here now. Be ready to receive it.